Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. Good evening, everyone. Hope you're doing good with best of your health. Welcome to the session. I'm Shakil Ahmed from Training Department of Deanship of E-Learning and IT. Today we're going to have discussion about question bank in LMS system. It's basically the connectivity of the last session. In last session, we have discussed about e-assessment. And being a teacher, we all are aware that assessment could have a life cycle, and every assessment life cycle could contain five different steps. That step one, it start from the create, and then we do need to deploy, and then take and grading, and in the end we review. And all these five steps could let us know that to analyze the assessment of the learning process of a student. And as we know that learning or assessment is not only important for the students, that assessment also important for the teacher, because the teacher is using different kind of methodology for learning. And by analyzing the students in day to day or weekly or monthly, using different type of assessment, using the quizzes or sending them assignments, he or she can analyze that whether the teaching methodology they are using that is effective for the students, or they need to change their criteria. Another thing, that you cannot make decisions, or you cannot make assessment for the students in the same level. For example, in last session we already discussed that, for example, you have 50 students, and it's not possible that all the students could have at the same level of understanding. So teachers need to analyze on individual basis that if 5 or 10 students are performing 100% and remaining are performing 70%, and some might possible performing with 30 to 40%, so how you can meet them, communicate with them, and individually analyze the problems and try to solve with them. Assessment basically tell the teacher about the effectiveness of his her teaching. The basic purpose of the evaluation is to make a judgment about the quality or worth of the educational program or proficiency of the students' attainment, either the students performing in a better way, or you need to focus more to make them understand that they need to change the behavior towards the learning. But like this was all about the assessment that was normally we perform inside the classroom, inside the university or in the campus. But COVID-19 pandemic that accelerated changes in the educational system. The spread of COVID-19 has led to the closure of educational institutions all over the world. Such closure enhanced the development of the online learning environments within those institutions so that learning would not be interrupted. It's hard to deny that computer and online learning have taken a prominent role in modern society. From the smartphones in our pocket to smart devices controlling our appliances at home, and everything in between, computer technology is everywhere. And it should come as no surprise that the use of computer in education has completely transformed traditional education. Computers in the classrooms have multiple benefits for both students and their teachers. You can say in modern teaching methodology, computers are used actively in education to improve the quality and learning outcomes. Teachers can use audio, video, graphic aids, using computer to prepare lessons plans and many more things. But all these things are helping us. And one more research I want to share with you, that according to the article published in an internet page, and that was the name of the future of computers, that 65% of the time the computer is used for the internet. It means that all of us are spending our 65% of our time on the internet, using different kind of social media platforms, using for learning, using for to playing the game, or many more things which happening with that one. So what would have to do with this kind of internet activity, and that we already discussed that COVID-19 completely changed the way of life, the lifestyle, and I mean, like just because of the social distancing and closure of institutions, almost all the traditional education, especially in Saudi Arabia, been transformed on online learning from last 1 year almost. This is the, I mean, like gonna be second semester online. So we do need to make understanding with the learning management system, that how we can utilize that learning management system for our virtual classrooms, for assessment, and how we can create different type of question banks. And this type of question banks or pools can make us this can make the easy way of processing of assessment, to send the questionnaire to the students to analyze their learning capability. And the best way to predict the future is to create it. So let's take a start for our today's topic, that is question bank and question pool. This question pool is almost identical to test queries and questions. They can contain feedback and all the other elements of the test questions, but they don't contain point values. You need to set them out by yourself. Instructors typically use pools to create a database of questions. They can reuse them in multiple tests, in queries, in quizzes, and for their assignments. For example, that an instructor for a sustainable living course can create a question pool for each of the central topic taught: diet, housing, and energy, and many more things. The instructor can then use these pools in multiple tests and in other courses as well. The best thing for the online learning is that you need to create resources one time, and you can reuse them multiple times and multiple locations. For example, one teacher is teaching for 5 classes the same subject, so he do not need to recreate the resources multiple time. He just need to create resources, upload to the system, and he or she can reuse all these resources for all of their for the students, for the different classes. You just need to import and export their questions, their assignments, their course contents from one place to other by one click. In simple words, you can say the question pool is a collection of questions that is stored for a repeated use. You can create one database, and in that database, you can recall your questions even you have created 1 year ago. And this database or pool system can make you able to upload questions for every semester. And every semester, for example, you are uploading 100 questions, so semester 2 you could have 200 or 300, 400, 500. So as many questions you could have it, you can play with that question pool as per your requirement, as per your need. And another good thing that pools can give the results, that every, for example, to avoid the cheating, there are multiple options available in the time of implementation or deployment of the test. You can randomize the answers, even you can randomize the questions, and you can make sure by using the system like specifications, or using some different kind of tools, that every student, for example, in one class, there are 30 students are sitting, so every student can receive the different question. And even if he or she received the same similar questions, but there are shuffling of the answers, so they could not manage to cheat with each other. So I think so this is the best way. to follow the steps on online and to create some kind of assessment to assess or analyze in a better way. So steps to follow, that what we do need in our pools assessment. First of all, we are going to have a question bank using pool. The second one is you need to build. First, it means you need to create the question bank, then you need to build a test, and in the last one, in last steps, you need to deploy a test. All these three steps are you need to follow in a sequence. Creation of the question bank, that is completely different, and building a test doesn't mean you are deploying the test. Build the test means you have using the different criteria, different pool sets, you can create the test what you want to deploy for the students. But that is at the building stage. In the stage two, that is not available for the students, so students would not be aware what you are doing, but you have to prepare and keep it with you. And in the last stage during the exam, I mean, like a specific time, you can deploy that test to the students to implement it. In between that, there is two different options available: add random block questions in the set, and added the number of questions to display, added the points per questions, a random block and question set. There are two options available at the time of building a test, and we would have more understanding with both of them options, that how they can use it. We do have a detailed discussion